Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we're going through the 3.5 main story. Where we last left off, we are having a council with all of the Alliance leaders about the imminent attack on Belthar's wall. So, let us go inside. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way, if you play... and the Limsa party as well. Hey! I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Ravinous, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort? Yeah, hey Gary. Master Ravinous, I was glad to hear from Roll that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? In we go. I'm in good relations with all the leaders.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available, indeed the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
In other words, is it what we think he's after really what he's after? Because yeah, if it's the only reasonable decision, then he would expect it. He would expect us to do it. Alright. That the Council is able to reach accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. They're not. Ah, good you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich. Master Alphino, always a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Ravinous for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Domin ally. I did not see her there. That's the point. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation. A force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the elder seeds here to accept both of us. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is the enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. I must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Ravinous Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalima and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what's going on at Balthazar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones and all. Ah. Alright, back to Ravinous Toll for me. Boop. Yeah, I'll have to go back when I'm editing to see how long Yugiri was standing back there, and I had no idea until I pointed her out. That's a good shinobi right there. Alright. Even now, I'm astonished by how closely Mistress Alice resembles Master Alphinaud. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, it would be hard-pressed to tell one from the other, until they open their mouths, of course. Welcome back, Ravinous. I don't know about you, but I am partly glad that all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak? I doubt I'll ever feel home in the realm of politics. Meh. That said, people have been known to change. If my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Buddy. Alright, make sure that says the same thing. Yep. Ooh, I get another Kestrel roll. Griffin on the wall. I think this is going to lead to our dungeon. Which would explain why I get the Kestrel roll. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Alright, head on in. Ah, you are returned from the council. What of Alphanod? Did some other matter require his attention? My apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I'm certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, was willing to commit, has committed to providing military support for Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be an Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would invite disaster. If there was only some way to reach Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belthar's walls, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, about as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It's been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi. Try to say that 10 times fast. And I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of yours, Levelers? I will return to Ishran and watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany Ravinous? Gridania would be safer for your presence. And while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you remaining at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. So many times the sentences break or don't stop when they're good at breaks. I don't know. I complain about the sentences instead of my ineptitude at reading them. I suspect Tataru would have little trouble facilitating communications between our forces under normal circumstances, but I can see she has her hands full nursing the Resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. Let's see. They are saying the same thing. Okay. And those people are in the same place. I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the Resistance a little, but I'm confident that I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to middling at the very least. All I'm saying is it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffin's fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? My fellow shinobi required little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlemald once more. I'm no ninja, but I did spend some few moons in the Charlian homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Yugiri and my humble self, Ina and Papalymo will be well protected. If you have any unfinished business in the Toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for Hawthorne Hut without delay. With the nearby watchtowers offer an unobstructed view of Balthar's wall, and I should be interested to speak with Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Ineptitude at reading. Alright. Hawthorne Hut. When was the last time I teleported there? So long ago, it's not even on my recent list. Alright, but this puts us at the wall. Not the entrance there the other folks are taking, but... Alright. Alphino. Because the D is silent. Our Ravinous, there you are. Come. A Barrack 6 Spire awaits. The rest of us Spire. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We are about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you'll have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ina. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? It would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalymo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I'll leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the Spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Water. And I slam my bottle into the mic stand. Alright. Let us head over there. It's been a long time since I've been over in this area. Hence by when I last teleported. But specifically, this tower. Because from here, see, instead of going to the tower, I'm going to show you guys the wall real quick. Go over here. See, that's it over there. You see it right over the ridge. That's why the mini-map just has that flat stop right there. Alright. I should have talked to that other guy. Oh well. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Yeah, could have talked to those other guys, but I don't think it was really important. Important information's up here. Hey, Pippin! Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I was hoping you might turn up. I dragged half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in a common cause. Speaking of which, what news of the wall? All has been quiet. Until now. They waited for us to get here. Report! What? 7 hells. Fighting is broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers. They were wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If the uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. And my inflections were totally off. Alright. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. Then he could incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzean, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Ravinous, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the 2 of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It would be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that, Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Huh. I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through this storm. Yep, he was expecting us to do the rational thing. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Down you, Griffin! Alright. See, I could have talked to this guy. See, out of all the Watchtower Man, by the way, okay, this is the newest. Cast your eyes south. See that fortress? That's why we're here. Keep an eye on the comings and going of the Imperial Curs. Alright, you don't really have anything to give to the story, so I did not miss out on talking to you beforehand. Alright. Talk to Alphino. I like how it's daytime for us, because it was daytime when I'm doing this, but the cutscenes are all at night. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us to the shadow of the wall. As As we have 2 objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way. But the time for subtlety has passed. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we'll make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. And I imagine that will give me the unlock for the dungeon. Here pretty soon. There we go. And this is actually a perfect time to end this video, because we are almost at my half-hour mark I like to hit. And we are going into the dungeon anyway, which will be in the video which was posted prior to this. And after that, we will head back into the story in the next story episode. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you'd like to support these videos, check out my Patreon. And thank you for watching. Until next time, later.